Have you ever held onto someone so tightly that it felt like holding onto air itself? You can't see it, you can't touch it, yet every breath feels heavier because of it. That's the weight of unresolved attachment, the silent chain that drags you down while they walk freely through their life, unaware of the storm they've left behind. And here's the truth that most people never dare to admit. It's not them who keeps you trapped, it's your refusal to release them. And now, don't scroll away. I need you to stay with me because what I'm about to reveal is the invisible shift that can turn your pain into power. Most people spend years, even decades, clinging to what's gone, replaying the same memories, nursing the same anger, or craving a love that never returned. But what if I told you letting go doesn't mean you're weak? What if letting go is the exact moment you become unstoppable? Think about it. Every story of resilience, every tale of transformation, every life that seemed broken but rose higher than ever before shares one secret ingredient. They released what no longer served them. When you finally allow yourself to do the same, something remarkable happens. You reclaim your energy, your joy, your freedom. You step out of the shadows of what was into the brilliance of what can be. But here's the catch: letting go is not a simple decision. It's a sneaky, emotional battlefield. Because while your mind says move on, your heart whispers just one more chance. And that's the trick that keeps so many people frozen in the past, paralyzed by memories that no longer belong to them. Here's your first insight: freedom begins where attachment ends. Not tomorrow, not when they apologize, right now. So, how do you start? How do you release the people, the grudges, the pain without losing yourself? This isn't about coldly walking away or pretending nothing happened. It's about healing the invisible cracks within your soul, the ones that whispered out in the night, the ones that question if you're enough. And when those cracks are mended, your strength isn't just restored, it's multiplied. Stay with me because in the next few moments, I'm going to share a method that will let you start peeling off these invisible weights. It's subtle, almost imperceptible at first, but it creates a ripple effect. By the end of this, you'll see them not as ghosts haunting your past, but as lessons that sculpted your rise. And once you grasp this, the energy you've been wasting, the frustration, the longing, the anger, it transforms into fuel for your breakthrough. Here's a little secret before we continue. The moment you truly release, life begins to rearrange itself in ways you never expected. Opportunities appear, clarity sharpens, and people who were meant to be in your life suddenly become undeniable. But you have to let go first. No hesitation, no overthinking, because every second you cling, you delay your own ascent. So take a deep breath. Imagine a life free of invisible chains, where every decision is driven by clarity, not attachment. That life isn't a fantasy, it's waiting for you. And here's the twist that most never realize. The people you thought you could never live without, they were never the key to your happiness. You're all alone. Now hold on to that thought, because the next part will show you exactly how to start untangling your energy from this step by step until you rise stronger than ever. So you felt the weight. You know that invisible tether pulling you back, whispering, maybe one more time, maybe you can fix this. But let me ask you this. When was the last time holding on actually made you feel lighter? When did clinging to what no longer serves you give you peace? Exactly. It never does. And yet, the mind tricks us into thinking that pain is a measure of love, that suffering proves loyalty, or that endurance validates our worth. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Letting go is not forgetting, it's reclaiming your energy. It's telling your mind and your heart that you are bigger than the circumstances, stronger than the attachment, and braver than the fear. And the first step is deceptively simple: admit the truth. Look at the situation, the person, or the memory and say out loud, this is no longer serving me. It might sting. It will probably hurt. But that sting, that's growth, that hurt, that's healing starting to work. Let me give you a mental exercise. Close your eyes for a second. Picture the people, the memories, the anger, or the guilt that's been weighing on you. Now, imagine placing each one into a balloon. One by one, tie it off and release it into the sky. Watch it float away. Feel the subtle lift in your chest as the burden drifts further and further. That imagery isn't just a trick, it's your brain practicing freedom. Your energy is shifting, even if your emotions lag behind. And here's the part that surprises most people. When you let go, doors start opening you didn't even see before. Opportunities, clarity, even relationships that are meant to nurture you all begin aligning. It's not magic, it's physics for your soul. You release energy you've been wasting on what's gone, and suddenly the universe responds by redirecting that energy into what's possible. But there's a challenge, the pull to look back, to ruminate, to call or text or check social media. It's strong. This is where discipline meets courage. It's not enough to want freedom, you must enforce it. Set boundaries, limit contact, protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. You are no longer the person tethered to another's chaos. You are the architect of your own serenity. And here's a secret most never consider. Letting go doesn't just improve your external life. It reshapes your internal world. Your thoughts become clearer, your emotions steadier, and your decisions sharper. The people who remain in your life after this process, they'll be the ones who respect your strength, who align with your growth, who belong in the story of your rise. And the rest, let them go. They were never meant to climb with you anyway. Take a moment and feel that. Let it sink in. Because from this moment on, you are not defined by who left, who hurt, or who disappointed you. You are defined by how you rise above it. And rising above is a skill, a discipline, a choice. When you make again and again until it becomes your nature. Now, here's the retention trick I promised. Write down the name of one person or memory you're ready to release. Then, next time you feel their pull, repeat this affirmation quietly. I release what does not serve me so I can embrace my strength and freedom. Repeat it daily. Watch how subtle shifts in thought become seismic changes in life. You are building momentum step by step until letting go no longer feels like a battle, it feels like liberation. By now, you've taken the first step, acknowledging the chains and starting to release. But let's be honest, this journey is rarely smooth. Resistance shows up in the most subtle ways. Our memory triggers sadness. I saw a smell. That place suddenly you're back in the spiral. That's normal. That's human. What separates those who rise from those who remain trapped is awareness and action. Recognize it, don't indulge it, and redirect your energy. Consider the people who seem unstoppable. They didn't get there because life was easy. They got there because, time and time again, they made the conscious choice to rise above resistance. They faced betrayals, heartbreaks, and setbacks, yet they used each experience as fuel. And you can do the same. The trick is not to erase the past, but to extract the lesson hidden within it. Every difficult person, every harsh word, every heartbreak was a lesson disguised as pain. Here's a real-world comparison. Imagine two people, both hurt by someone they loved. The first clings, checks social media obsessively, replays the conversation, and allows the anger to simmer. Life stagnates. The second person feels the sting, acknowledges it, and consciously lets go. Energy is redirected toward personal growth, career, relationships, or passions. Within months, they're thriving while the first is stuck in a loop. Notice the difference? The lesson here is clear. Energy invested wisely is never wasted. Letting go also builds inner strength in ways that nothing else can. When you release toxic attachments, you strengthen your boundaries. You learn self-respect, you cultivate resilience, and you start attracting people who value you for your presence, not your availability. You create a life aligned with your purpose instead of being defined by someone else's behavior. That's empowerment in its purest form. And here's something most people miss. The act of releasing is not just about them, it's about your freedom to create, dream, and thrive without interference. Think about it. How much energy have you unconsciously surrendered to people who didn't deserve it? How many opportunities, moments of clarity, or joys were delayed because you were anchored to what no longer belonged to your life? Releasing isn't loss, it's reclamation. Now, here's a practical step. Identify one recurring thought or interaction that drains you. Set a firm boundary, physical, emotional, or mental, and enforce it consistently. Protect your energy as if it were your most precious asset, because it is. This is how you rise stronger, how you shift from reaction to control, from victimhood to victory. Remember, growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice. And every time you choose freedom over attachment, you are rising closer to your best self. One day soon, when you reflect on your life, you'll see that the people you let go weren't losses, they were the catalyst that pushed you into your greatness. By now, you've begun releasing what no longer serves you. You've acknowledged the chains, faced the resistance, and taken steps toward freedom. But here's the truth. Releasing isn't just a moment, it's a transformation. It's turning the raw pain of the past into fuel for your rise. Every tear, every sleepless night, every heartbreak carries hidden power if you know how to claim it. Think about it, the strongest people you admire weren't untouched by pain. They weren't shielded from betrayal, loss, or disappointment. They simply made the decision to convert their suffering into growth. That is exactly what you are capable of. Imagine a fire that consumes what holds you back, leaving behind only the steel of your resolve. That fire is within you, waiting to be lit. Here's a practical approach. Start journaling your experiences. Write down the people, the memories, the emotions you've struggled to release. Then, beside each entry, write the lesson it taught you. This simple act shifts your energy from attachment to insight, from lingering pain to personal growth. You begin to see that every loss was actually a doorway to something greater. And here's another truth that often surprises people. Letting go is also about reclaiming your mental space. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant grows. If you let weeds of resentment and longing dominate, nothing beautiful can flourish. But if you intentionally plant seeds of clarity, strength, and freedom, your life begins to blossom in ways you never imagined. Now let's add another layer. Empowerment doesn't stop at thought. It flows into action. Reach out to your dreams, your goals, your passions, and watch as your energy multiplies. The time, focus, and love you were given to what no longer belonged to your life, redirect it toward building a life that reflects your true worth. That's how ordinary experiences transform into extraordinary outcomes. Here's a subtle yet powerful tip. Practice self-compassion. Many people confuse release with abandonment, as if letting go is cold or heartless. A real strength is gentle. It honors your emotions, respects your journey, and nurtures your healing. Speak to yourself as you would to a queen or king, because you deserve nothing less. You are the architect of your life, and the blueprint begins with the choices you make today. Finally, embrace the quiet moments. The peace that comes after letting go is not loud or flashy, it's subtle, profound, and life-changing. In these moments, you realize that the power you sought in others was within you all along. And once you recognize that nothing or no one can hold you back again, you've come a long way on this journey, and now it's time to integrate everything you've learned. Releasing someone or something from your life is not just about letting go, it's about embracing your own power. Every time you step away from what weighs you down, you reclaim a piece of yourself, and in that reclamation, you find clarity, confidence, and courage. Think of your energy, every thought, every ounce of focus, every heartbeat you've given to someone else is an investment. Well, continue investing in people who drain you when your best life is waiting for you to invest in yourself. Freedom, growth, and renewal are not gifts, they are the rewards of courage. And once you accept that, the world shifts. Suddenly, opportunities appear, doors open, and you feel a magnetic pull toward people and experiences that align with your purpose. Let's anchor this with perspective. Look at your life as a canvas. Every relationship, every heartbreak, every mistake was a stroke of color, some dark, some light, all necessary. But the masterpiece only emerges when you step back, let go of the smudges that obscure it, and choose the palette that creates beauty. Your release is not an ending, it's a beginning of your strongest chapter yet. Here's a subtle truth few realize. Those you thought were essential to your happiness were never the source of it. True joy, true power, and true resilience arise from within you. And the people you let go of, they were the instruments that forced your inner strength to awaken. They were the mirrors that reflected the greatness you had yet to claim. Now, it's time to carry this forward. Start your days with intention. Protect your energy fiercely. Align your actions with your highest vision. And most importantly, keep ascending, knowing that every release is a step toward becoming unstoppable. If this message resonated with you, I strongly recommend watching the next video, 5 Habits That Make You Mentally Unstoppable. It dives deeper into building mental resilience, transforming your mindset, and cultivating habits that keep you strong even when life challenges you. Keywords to focus on: Marcus Aurelius, mindset transformation, mental resilience. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Recorder and hit like. Remember, this channel is your knowledge source, and every video is crafted to help you reclaim your power, elevate your mind, and rise stronger than ever.